Are your agency financials M&A ready? Are your financials actually ready for an acquisition? Because right now in 2026, the PR and marketing agency M&A market is heating up. But here's the problem. Most agency owners think they're ready to sell until buyers start digging into their numbers, and that's where deals fall apart or get heavily discounted. I'm Craig Cody. I'm a CPA and former NYPD lieutenant turned tax strategist. I work exclusively with marketing and PR agency owners, and what I do isn't just tax prep. I help agencies structure their financials so when it's time to exit, they can command higher valuations, better terms, and more upfront cash. So what's changed in 2026? Let's talk about what's different now. Buyers in 2026 are more disciplined than ever. They're not chasing flashy top-line revenue anymore. They're focusing on quality of earnings, predictable EBITDA or adjusted EBITDA, client stability, and how dependent the business is on the owner. If your numbers aren't clean, if your reporting is inconsistent, you're not getting a premium multiple, period. In fact, agencies with volatile or unclear financials are seeing lower valuations, longer earnouts, and in some cases, no deal at all. So what do buyers actually want? They want clean EBITDA or adjusted EBITDA, and there's a way that we show people the actual numbers before the adjusted EBITDA. Second, they want predictable revenue, retainers, long-term contracts, diversified clients. If one client makes up 30 to 40% of your revenue, that's a red flag, and you will get dinged when it comes to valuation time. Third, strong financial reporting. If your books aren't dialed in monthly, buyers will assume there's risk, and they'll price that risk into the deal. Fourth is an agency that runs without you, because if everything depends on the owner, that's not a company, that's a job. The most overlooked factor, almost nobody talks about, succession planning. Buyers want to know who's managing client relationship, who's driving revenue, who stays after the deal closes. If you don't have a second layer of leadership, you're going to get less upfront, more earnout or longer earnout, and a much tougher negotiation process. Why do most agencies get this wrong? Here's the mistake I see over and over. Agencies wait until they're ready to sell, then they try to clean everything up. That's backwards. Because in today's market, preparation is what drives valuation, not timing. The agencies getting the best deals in 2026, they've been preparing for 12 to 24 months at a minimum before going to market. How to get M&A ready. If you're even thinking about an exit in the next few years, here's where to start. Clean up your financials, accurate, consistent monthly reporting, proper revenue recognition, clear separation of owner expenses, stabilize your EBITDA or adjusted EBITDA, and focus on profitability, not just growth. Reduce client concentration, have no single client dominating your revenue if possible, build your leadership team, and remove yourself as the bottleneck. Document your processes, and show buyers a scalable, repeatable business. Because when you do this right, you don't just sell your agency, you position it as an asset buyers compete for. If you're an agency owner thinking about selling in the next 2 to 5 years, the question isn't when you'll exit, it's whether your financials are ready when the opportunity shows up. I work exclusively with agencies like yours to build M&A-ready financials before you go to market. If you want to see where you stand, reach out, let's have a conversation.